Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
We are going to kick off the month of July with a look at a bank and an automaker. And our strategists Shiraz Mian and Brian Boland are going to provide those looks. Start with Shiraz. You've got the bank stock.
That's right. And it's more of a contrarian bank stock. Wells Fargo, as everybody knows, Wells Fargo has been in the doghouse for a while now after what they did, and then people added on to that. The stock has been down big since then and has been a laggard relative to its peers, major banks, the industry, as well as the sector. I made a contrarian call on Wells Fargo some time back and added it to the focus list. Perhaps my addition to the portfolio was a bit premature because the drip of bad news continues to come out of on the company. But I think for folks who have a longer holding horizon, who can wait a year or longer, they will come out ahead with the company. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with Wells Fargo.
Yeah, it has some redeeming qualities.
It's a very good franchise, assuming the scandal hasn't fundamentally damaged the franchise or the brand, which I don't think is the case. It's a well-run entity. The earnings power is one of the strongest in the space once they put this issue behind them, which I believe they are in the process of doing. And at this stage in the economic cycle and in the market cycle, there's just literally not that many stocks that you could call with confidence as cheap. And Wells Fargo, despite being a blue chip company, is really cheap. The price to book or price to tangible book, the most commonly used metric for banks.
So for the viewers who may not know what you're talking about when you say scandal, give us the thumbnail on that one.
So some time back, there was the sales scandal where allegedly Wells Fargo employees were creating accounts anonymously on behalf of customers without customers ever knowing it. The issue apparently wasn't restricted to those individual employees, but apparently was a result of very aggressive targets from up high to have sales, and that prompted the employees to do that. That's the crux of it.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, management changed. They had to come out with better controls, and there were regulatory fines, which they took charges for. So that's the negative news. And then politicians have been trying to really beat up on the company. And why not? It's a popular issue to have a big bank in the docket to kick some more. But as I said, these issues and the clouds associated with the issues could potentially linger longer than I think the fundamental underpinnings of the company warrant. So if you have a longer horizon and could live through and maintain your holding off the stock beyond the next 3 to 6 months, then I think you will come out ahead. It has been a laggard, but I think that performance discount relative to its peer group will close over time as investors and the market as a whole gains more confidence in the company's business and its outlook. And I actually have a positive outlook for the group as a whole as well, even though because of the less steep yield curve, bank stocks as a whole have been struggling lately, this year in particular. But I think the earnings outlook for this space has never been this good, Wells Fargo included.
All right. Well, thanks for that. Brian Boland joins us remotely with an interesting story on Tesla. Brian, I bet you thought we weren't even going to get to you.
No, I knew you guys were coming to me, but I did want to add to Shiraz's story that my mortgage is serviced by Wells Fargo, and they've been asking me like crazy to open a credit card or open another account. So maybe the earnings will go up if I pay my mortgage.
Okay, we'll hold you to it.
Okay, good. All right, so Tesla is my stock, and TSLA is the ticker. It's a Zacks rank #2 buy, but F's here for value and for growth. The big idea really is today the company released two second quarter production and delivery numbers. So we had a total of 40,740 vehicles delivered in the quarter. But they made 53,339. So there's that big gap there, roughly 13,000. And that means there's just going to be 13,000 cars in transit that will be counted as deliveries in the next quarter, which is really going to be, the quarter to keep your eye on for Tesla, because we're expecting the stock to be cash flow positive, as we heard that from guidance today, as well as an idea of increased production. They're saying that the Model 3 is now going to have 6,000 cars by the end of next month. So by the end of August, we're looking at an even higher rate of production. I've jumped over here to the detailed estimates page, and you can see that the estimates have been going kind of the wrong way for this stock. So the current quarter going from a loss of $2.02 to a loss of $2.68, not the way we want to see. So that's a bad arrow there. And then again here, from a loss of 97 cents to a loss of $1.36. Those estimates are likely to get changed here as the developments of this quarter kind of work itself out. One last item that I wanted to show, Bloomberg does this great little thing of trying to track all the Model 3 developments. Here they've updated it already for the total production through the second quarter, calling just short of 42,000 total Model 3s sold here. But ironically, they keep this number under the 5,000, which is the weekly production rate, even though the company said that it's over 5,000, and of course headed to 6,000. Now there is a gigantic short position here on Tesla. Pretty big volume today with the stock opening up at 360, has faded back into about 350. But over time, things really look set up for a positive long-term trade on Tesla.
Okay, today's July the 2nd, by the way, for those people following along on the calendar. Brian, do you own this?
I do. I own Tesla in my trading account and in my retirement account.
All right. And what about? And you said you own Wells
in the focus list portfolio. That's right.
But not personally.
Not personally.
All right. Thank you both for that. Don't forget, more stock information always on our website, Zacks.com. Get over to the homepage and start going through it from there. And don't forget about the podcast page. Also, all you need to do is scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, hit the word podcast with your cursor. It'll take you right to the podcast page, where you'll also find a lot of interesting information. With Shiraz and Brian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.